Greetings, fellow explorers. Rodamont here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Homeworld. Episode 18, Abyssal Space Oddity. What happens if you have an officer and have bionics and I dismiss them? Do I lose the bionics? My guess is yes, and I haven't been stripping the bionics off of them either. So it's possible that I missed something. However, the generic officers that you get only have a BRM maximum of 6. Which means, like, it's not likely that I've been missing anything important, if I was to analyze it that way. So yeah, there's, like, a bit of an opportunity cost, maybe, of not stripping all the officers first, but it's probably stuff I already have. Alright. I don't see any... No, there's actually one new mission up here. I love when they cluster. It saves so much fuel and time. Can I upgrade my limit? Yes. So if you want to upgrade your limit, you just go to the academy, but it does cost money. And the higher you upgrade their limit, the more expensive it gets. So for now, I'm investing in the colonies, but eventually it makes sense to invest in the fleet so that the ships and captains that comprise my fleet are all, like, really high level, really high upgrade. That's like the future dream. Sometime down the line, once we've you know, have a decent enough fleet to warrant that kind of investment, that's something I absolutely intend to do. Okay, we have freed up a lot of cargo space. Oh, if you're wondering about captain limit, no, that's not something that can be upgraded. That's a hard cap, more or less. I should have sorted my salvage prior, because I just farted out a whole bunch of fuel. I will sell some of this fuel to recoup some cost. It's kind of, at this point, now that, especially now that I have a profitable colony, it's kind of not a big deal to... You know, I'm not sweating the pennies, in other words, anymore. Because they really don't matter. You know, when you have 1.2 mil, the difference of like 20k here or there is... Sure, it adds up if you trade inefficiently or make a lot of mistakes, but I don't think it's a big deal. Man, there's even more missions clustered in this area. Alright, let's just keep doing them. I don't know if I'll have the time to get them, but I have pretty good faction relations with, like, most of the factions. So if I run out of time, it's not a big deal. It's not a big hit to rep. Alright, closest to me would be... this probe, which we know where it is because it's around a barren world, so that works. So let's go use the gravity well of the black hole and fling ourselves over there. So there are mods which will increase the amount of, like, captains or admins and stuff like that. There's also the ability to use AI as captains for AI ships, technically speaking. It's just not something I'm doing in this run. So if you have, like, an AI vessel, you can install, like, an AI core as a captain. Oh, I didn't know I had already knew the Odyssey blueprint. That's crazy. How did I miss that? Something you'd think I'd notice. Apparently not. So this mission is a probe around a barren world. Unfortunately for me, this solar system is completely full of barren worlds. So that narrows it down not very much. I've already hit 2 of them. There's like a Terran world that I probably want to survey too, and then these 2 barren worlds. So it's somewhere around these 2 barren worlds. At least they're clustered together. Oops. Can you remove demods from ships? Yep. You can pay for them to be repaired or use a captain that will do it. The more expensive the ship is, the more expensive it is to... Wait. Oh, this is a barren world too. It's around that goddamn barren. So I've checked 4 barren worlds, and it's around the 5th. Of course it is. Oh crap, is that a big fleet? Oh no. Just go away. There it is. Okay. And at least we dropped into the gravity well here next to the Terran world that I wanted to survey. What is our survey cost anyway? Because I know we have survey equipment. Oh, it's like 5. Nice. Pretty cheap. Yeah, at least it's not like nebulous, true. Oh my god, what is the hell? Oh boy. Stay away from that. Okay, next point of interest. Let's try to go like this. Because these surveys require supplies, and I might run out, so I'm going to do the other things first. So I'm going to head over to Alpha Hope. It's a Terran world around Alpha Hope. That should be easy to find. And that's a remnant fleet. I don't know what they're doing out in deep space, but like, I don't want to find out. Because that is a I lose everything size fleet. Yeah, it's a spicy remnant flying around. Like, it's just not something you want to mess with. Alright, so we have a survey ship. And there's the Terran world. Perfect. I dropped in on it. So there's also something around the star, too. Ooh, you know, after losing the last fleet battle, I'm not going to get involved in that. I think I could win, but I'd rather not think it. I'd rather know it. It's just not worth the risk. And the probe there had the full survey data for Alpha Hope, I think. Which is why it's surveyed and has ruins. So there's the payday for that mission. And another beta core. And I don't see any pings here, so let's move on. Next up is probe, heart of the star system. Man, I'm getting really lucky with everything being the heart of systems. That's going to make it really easy to find whatever we're trying to look for. And I'm going to drop the organics and metal. We don't need to hold that stuff. And we have 1.5 out of the 4 million we need for terraforming. It ain't cheap. Sweet, that's done. Next up, 76 and 53 days. So, survey ship some distance away from center, and probe is located inside a ring system some distance away. And they're in different systems. One's in Yakum, where the Abyssal Space Oddity is, and one is in Gamma Piscum. That sounds awful. Who came up with that name? Am I being pranked? Maybe those remnants ran out of fuel and were hanging around. Maybe. Maybe they're just here for the murder. I'm guessing it's murder. So the Gamma Piscum one is a survey ship some distance away from center. There was something at the 6 o'clock of the star, but that's almost certainly not the survey ship. And then there is a desert world that I want to check out as well. Alright, here we go. A fight! And these easy fights I want to take because they're going to allow me to eventually S-mod my ships. Oh, you know, I didn't do weapon groups for my primary ship. Whatever. So as you can see, this is a weird laser boat. I'm not going to say it's effective, but it allows me, with the high mobility of the Fury, it allows me to kind of like lock down larger targets and harass them so that the other ships can do the damage. Although I might want to adjust where the lasers are, because I'm more of a support boat, and I knew that I was going to be a support boat. That was kind of known. And I just got some survey data. Where's my fleet log? Ooh, is this it? Nope. Is this it? Also no. Man, they probed the hell out of this place. Oh, more fight. So the ideal is when I get up and I can laser, trying to focus all lasers on this. So I can really only get like 3 or 4 lasers at once. Oh great, it flamed out. Well, it doesn't matter. So this is the high velocity driver enforcer. And the other one is the like CQB enforcer. And I'm not really sure who's more effective. The CQB one is probably more effective against these domain guys, because these guys don't have shields. So the high velocity driver one is an anti-shield ship, which is not great in these types of fights. You want armor, not shields for the domain probe guards, because they don't have shields. But whatever. A win's a win. Alright, let's get a little bit close to the star and start looking around for the survey ship. My luck, it's like deep in a nebula. That ping was the metals I just jettisoned. Survey ship some distance away from center of Gamma Piscum. I also think that I have like exploration data about this. Yeah. So this is the same exploration data, which is also some distance away from center. Sometimes it will tell you something different, and then it allows you to narrow it down. Sometimes it will say, like, it's in a nebula, or it's in a asteroid belt, and it will provide, like, 2 different reference points. I think it might be here, though. Yeah. Nope. That's weird. Sentry class drone. What's weird is I saw it as, like, an unidentified contact, but it didn't actually resolve. Oh, maybe it's right there. Is it worth abandoning this? Not anymore. And I definitely don't want to fight a rampart. Alright, next up is a probe in a ring system. In Yakum. Well, there's... Why is the sensor array pinged for me? That I don't know. Well, there's only one ring system, so it shouldn't be that hard to narrow down. It's probably at the 2 o'clock here. Oh, no, there. Perfect. With all the salvage, we've, like, basically filled our entire fuel tanks with, like, salvaged fuel, which is crazy. Yep, fuel tanks are full. I don't have room for anything. And why was this being pinged? Oh, this is the Abyssal Oddity. So a domain-era technology, this super high-resolution passive monitoring array with a transmitter capable of real-time, faster-than-light data transmission within the SAR system. The data is used to supplement the regular sensor readings made by fleets. I install a hardware package. Your operations chief sees the installation with their usual methodical precision and discipline. Your hardware is interfaced with the secure computing environment of your flagship, and your tech team stands by to oversee results. Activate the system. The telemetry stream across space to your flagship by the flicker of a discrete little comms laser. Your ops team installed. Your technology officer confirms that while the data isn't perfect, it is vastly lower corruption rate than Alex copy from the Academy archive. What are we looking at? We have a fix on where they are looking. Tech says proudly as the transfers the coordinates. It would appear it's a minor planet in the abyss. No star, no nebula, no primary, but itself. What's so interesting about it? Well, sir, nothing about the rocket itself. They ordered a survey, and they don't know what it is looking for. There's high-energy events over a short period of a little over 200 cycles ago. A starless rock is very unlikely to produce such effects naturally. So basically, there's like EM being put off of like a rogue planet. A rogue planet is like a planet that doesn't orbit anything. A battle, maybe? So they don't know. So I have coordinates to the nameless rock. Now, little spoiler here, and I'm going to be blue for the duration of the spoiler. This is not something I should be doing fleetless, so I'm going to put a pause on it. Alright, back to chords. What? Okay. So we have 14 days to complete the rest of this stuff, and I'm like 17 days away from these things, so I don't think I'm going to be getting there in time. Doing some simple pocket math. Oh, okay, Slipstream opened up. Even doing with the Slipstream, I don't think I'm going to be getting anywhere in time. Current burn level, I'm like 15 days away. 13 days to complete. Maybe if I hit some storms, I'll be able to do this survey, but probably not. Azegear, thank you for the resub. So I'll try for one of these surveys, but I think it's unlikely I'll make it in time. Because there's no slingshot gravity well stuff for me to take advantage of to get there. Even if I slipstream, I'll probably not make it. Let's see. 8 days to complete. Oh, I might make this one. Well, we'll see. Okay, 6 days to complete. It's a volcanic world. Oh God, I'm gonna do it. All right, I did one of them, at least. Obviously, I'm not gonna make the deadline for the others. That's okay. We did get a lot of money. I'm now at the 2 mil mark, and that's like not unreasonable for the effort we put in, plus the money that we have already expended. So these two are obviously non-starters, not gonna even bother going there. And I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna head towards Cecine, but instead of going straight to Cecine, because I want to make these missions easier in the future, I'm going to, because I have a lot of fuel, I'm gonna pop in every system on my way over. Perfect! Exactly what I wanted to find. A gate. What I was trying to do is find a gate so that I can get back to this galactic area without, you know, having to do slow flying. And exactly what I was looking for, I got a gate. So now I can just get home instead. So we're sitting at about 2 mil, and I'm making... I could make even more money, but I'd rather grow. I'm making a whole bunch of money on top of our passive income. For passive income and on top of the missions I'm running. And then I'm also, because I'm hitting up ruins, getting survey data, getting all this good stuff, I'm also racking in, like, I'll be able to sell the this blueprint for a lot, for instance. I'll be able to rack in proceeds from salvage and recovery. We should be... Well, not should be. I'm definitely working towards getting that solar array. And then once the planet grows a little bit larger, maybe we do tech mining just to get rid of the Lud majority. And then once we fully mined out the ruins that we have, we can then pivot to regular mining to get a ore, transmutonic ore, and organics. Because another, if we ever want to be a paradise world, one of the things we're going to need is light industry. I think is a requirement of the of a paradise world. So that's something that I'd like to work towards. Do I have enough SP for my way station? No. I would need 8. And I have 6. Oh, there was a metal shortage here. That's unusual. I just absolutely benefited from that. There's also, like, I've got, like, too much supplies. I'm gonna sell, like, a whole lot of it for money. I'm also gonna relief some crew, because we picked up crew in a lot of the debris we found. And then a blueprint we don't need, I'll open market. So 300 and, yeah, a third of a, well, plus 3 of the cores of the 4 cores I'm turning in. Good money. I'm keeping 1 core to improve our home system, so another 100k. Not bad. Not bad at all. So before I get caught with this beta core, let's use it in our home system to improve the comms relay for added stability. I did pick up a mission to go find a derelict ship, which I'll do after that. And any other mission that I see that is nearby to it, I'll pick up as well. Oh, like that one. They're not exactly close to one another, but it's a derelict ship mission, which makes it worth it in my mind. Why haven't they used any of the harvested organs? That's weird. You would have think they would have done something about that by now. But, you know, whatever. It's not my problem. So, I am still actively collecting transphotonics, but I don't need that many to upgrade the comms. We're heading over to the makeshift comms to make it a domain era comms to upgrade it. And that will increase the stability of Darid from 9 to 10, which sounds good to me. Now, for Darid, once Darid grows, and it's gonna grow soon, there's 3 choices I foresee for its growth. If we do mining, we will be able to get transphotonic ore, regular ore, and organics. The disadvantage is it will further Luddic majority our planet, because mining is yet another Lud industry. And I'm going to be polling you on this. What industry to get next? So mining. We could, alternatively, upgrade our patrol HQ. The advantage of the patrol HQ is the upgraded version of the patrol HQ, the military base, will work to remove the Lud majority, and it will also reduce the colony crisis value. So at the moment, our patrol HQ is 0.9. The military base will be 0.7, and the high command will be 0.5. So we could get a high command. The advantage of the high command is it will half the colony crisis and also put out a lot more patrol ships, not high quality ones, salvage ones, but more patrol ships to patrol the sector. The disadvantage is it has a high upkeep cost, and it doesn't work towards colonizing a paradise planet, because it is not one of the requirements for a paradise planet, but it will unlud us. It will remove that Lud majority. And the third one is tech mining. Tech mining will mine the ruins that we have at our homeworld for lost technology. The disadvantage of it is eventually and that will help to also remove the Lud majority. The disadvantage is eventually the ruins will be exhausted. It gets actually exhausted really quickly after a few months, but then there's diminishing returns, and eventually you just phase it out, and then we'll do something else. So tech mining is kind of a temporary one. In my opinion, it's kind of the no-brainer, because once you're done tech mining, just then invest in something else. Because, you know, there's kind of no reason not to do it like that, but, you know, if you disagree, that's fine too. So now we have the comms relay for added stability for this sector, which is pretty nice. So if we take a look at our planet here, we have maximum stability, for now at least, and that's going to help again with growth rate and credits per month, because a highly stable system means that it encourages trade, which is great. So we have 73k of exports and 44K of local income, which is pretty good. And, nope. Before we leave, buy fuel. Seems like tech mining, I kind of made a case for it, but like it's kind of the no-brainer choice. And it seems like you guys agree. It's more or less a no-brainer choice, because you just mine out what you can get. Maybe you get something amazing, maybe you don't. And then once the mines are exhausted, you move on. Now, the caveat to that, of course, is the more extensive the ruins on your planet, the more you can mine. And we do have extensive ruins. So they're not bad. They're okay in terms of capacity. So, who knows? I don't know what's down there, but we might get lucky. Tech mining it is. Got it. Let's hope for a Fullerene spool. Yeah, that'd be nice. To add to our megaport for accessibility. So this is some distance away from center. Got it. Well, that's a lot of pings, plus a lot of ruins. Both these planets have ruins. So something like scattered ruins, like this planet has, this desert world, would be a lot less tech mining. Vast and extensive was the better versions. So this is another scattered ruins. Uh-oh. That's a fleet I wouldn't want to fight. It's not a lot of combat ships, but they outnumber us a lot. Here's widespread ruins, which is a little bit better. And an orbital hab. I'm holding on to the drugs and the organs so that we can just supply local demand for our home. It's not for profit. Okay, there's something else at the jump point here. Fleet, like a venture... something, I don't know. It'll be great if in these ruins I found like an ox tug to bring us up back to 20 speed. Oh, that's... Who are you? Oh, that's like the same fleet. And I'm about to start using neutrino detection. Oh, that might have been the ping. Seems to be roughly the right distance away. Woohoo! And we got a cap out of that. Ashley Nephis, who's got... who's being asked kindly to leave. Unfortunately, this fleet was not attached to a like a cluster of downed ships, so there wasn't any other ships to salvage as far as I could tell. Aren't drugs and organs illegal? with Freeport turned off, can the colony even use them without freeporting it? That's a good question. I assumed that because I'm using stockpiles... Oh, what was that? That it would allow it? No, it's freaking nebula. I keep finding nebulas out in the middle of nowhere. That they would allow for it, but it seems like they haven't. That... As a brief experiment, not that I'll unpause, if we freeported it, there is like local... I don't know. So maybe, because we've never used it so far, I'm just going to jettison this stuff out. I don't think it's been a benefit to us, and I'm not going to bother holding on to it. We also just got a tactical XO, which is, he's not as good as our current one, because our current one is leveled up. So, Iadele Nessus, goodbye. Have I been here before? Yes, right. I'm just here for the gate. I was like, man, there's all these giant worlds with ruins. Yeah, it's because been here, done that. All right, the last mission I'm going to do, going a little bit over time, is going to Aged. Aged is the final derelict fleet that I've got, and that will wrap up when I'm getting it done today. Who thinks I'm going to get lucky? We are looking for derelict ships around a jump point. Generally, jump point derelict ships means a fleet of derelict ships. Usually, if there's like a whole fleet, it's around a jump point. But I'm going to say we're only going to get like some stupid little ship as a option to salvage. That's my guess, sadly. Let's go Paragon. Oh man, if only, right? Oh, what? It's a single ship. The luck. A Cerberus combat freighter. RIP. Dashed. There goes that hope. I am gonna head back to Dwout. Maybe use the black hole. In fact, we actually haven't... Not that I'm gonna give into too much of just one more turn, but I'm gonna poke into the systems that were around. And then Dara just leveled up. So, as we already agreed, we're doing tech mining. So tech mining industry, as I already mentioned, is an interesting one where most of the industries that you actually install are there forever, and then tech mining is the exception, where you can only mine out so much stuff, and then eventually there's nothing left to mine out, and you have to... you get rid of it and you install something else. So once tech mining gets installed, it will tell you like roughly how much it expects is left in the extensive ruins to survey and explore, and then you just stop getting a meaningful amount of stuff thereafter. So the Pathers, however, have gained attention of our colony, so I'll look at the colony threats. Oh god, too far. The colony threats now for our... because we're tier 5 now, we have the attention of the Persean League, the attention of the Pathers, because we're tech mining, and the attention of the Church, because we're still Ludic majority. The Persean League is gonna bug us. So to talk a little bit about their threats, the Persean League threat is that they want they want us to join their, like, League of Planets, and they're gonna try to bully us in doing it. Oops, that was the wrong point. And then the Luddic Church, because there's a bunch of, like, Lud believers on our planet because of the Luddic majority, they're going to want to police us as a Lud planet because the majority of the populace is Luds. And the Pathers are just, like, zealots that hate everything that's fun. And they're gonna bother us kind of no matter what. Once we get rid of tech mining, they might stop. But then as soon as we do anything else, they're gonna start again. Oh, what the hell's going on over here? Hello? What the hell? I mean, I don't mind Colossus. Who's hostile? I think there's a giant hostile fleet here, blowing stuff up, which is bad for trade, because it means there will be local instability until that dies down. But we got a free enforcer, so, like, I don't know. I'll take it. And a free Cerberus. I went dark so that I could pick that stuff up. Oh god. Comms. Yeah, here's your tithe. Giant Ludpath Armada deciding to mess with us is not so cool. So yeah, I'll pay them off. But this would be what we see going on in orbit right now. The moment I hit size 5, it's a pretty good indicator that building a military base or a high command might become increasingly worth it, because the my neighborhood just got a lot less friendly, and one way to fix it is to get a high command and start policing it ourselves so that we can't get bullied by the other people that are around. But with that said, I think this is where I'm gonna live off, having just queued up tech mining and amassed a pretty sizable nest egg in order to address our poor light and farming benefits. Still working to the solar mirrors. So this is where I'm gonna leave off for this week. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Homeworld, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow captains.